News and notes. It's what we do around here. And I wanted to go live, but they won't let me do that till I have 50 subscribers. So feel free to hit subscribe and we can just do this live from now on and actually have a conversation about it because there are so many things going on that we absolutely need to talk about. I'm Jen, by the way. Nice to meet you. So here's the thing. There's a new brain glitch that scientists have discovered. And I am so glad they've put a name to this one, okay? Because I'm not a deja vu girl. There are a lot of people that have deja vu all the time, that sense that something has happened before. They know what's going to happen next because they feel like they've been there before. I am not a deja vu person. I can count on like one hand the number of times I feel like I've had deja vu in my life. This, however, jamais vu, this I get on a very intimate level. They think it's when something familiar suddenly feels alien. Like, let's say you walk through your hometown and you get lost, or you go to your childhood home and you just feel like, I've never been here before. And it's not so much because there's been new construction or things have changed in that way. It's just that you feel completely alien. You are not at home somewhere you should be at home, or with something that you should be very familiar with. Sometimes it can be even a word. You've repeated the word so many times and it sounds like maybe that's not the right word anymore, which immediately made me think of John Lovitz on Friends, right? Tartlets. The word has lost all meaning. Like, that was right where my head went. But have you ever done that where you write a word down and you look at it and you stare at it for too long and you're like, is that how that's spelled? I feel like that's not how that's spelled. And then you start second guessing yourself. And then you have to like start looking it up because what did I do? Did I really forget how to spell that word, you know? So, jamais vu is apparently when that's my thing. Deja vu is not. But I have a terrible memory too. I mean, do you ever feel like maybe you would have deja vu more if you remembered things a little better? Because I forget a lot of things. So I'm like, hey, maybe that would be familiar to me, but I've already forgotten it. Entirely possible. Don't know if you saw this, but global decline in birth rates is leaving people obsessed with how to drive up the birth rates, which is crazy to me because when I was going to school growing up, all they ever told us was the world is overpopulated. It's overpopulated. There's too many people. We have too many people. And at the time, I want to say they thought there were like 7 billion people in the world. Okay. Yeah. I went to school a long time ago. And now it's not even just, there's 8 billion. They've admitted because of people living in like mountain ranges and people live in Appalachia, people in the hills have eyes, but they don't have a census. So they think there's somewhere between 8 and 12 billion people in the world. That's a pretty broad guess there. I mean, that's not 8 and 12 billion people in the world, somewhere between there. So they're not sure how many. They're just saying that human populations need at least 2.7 children per woman, not 2.1 that they previously thought, to reliably avoid long-term extinction. So with up to 12 billion people wandering this planet, apparently scientists are now worried there may be extinction, human extinction. We may just put ourselves out of business, which again, for an Earth that I was told was overpopulated, too scarce on resources, we were putting too much strain on everything when there were several billion less. I don't understand how we've gotten to them. Where's the gray area? Like, where do you get to say, that's perfect. That's just the right amount. What if we knock it back till the population on Earth is like 6 billion? That's not extinction level, clearly. I mean, ask the T-Rex what extinction level numbers are. You know what I'm saying? So wouldn't that be more reasonable than saying we have to keep having babies and keep overpopulating the Earth? Because that sounds ridiculous. It just seems to me that perhaps the people who have a lot of money want to keep a lot of money, and they need more cogs in the machine. They need more consumers, and they need more people doing their dirty work. So perhaps that's what they're looking to push up. I don't know. Airlines, what's going on? What's going on in the sky? What's going on in the sky? Have you flown recently? I don't fly anymore. I don't fly for a lot of reasons. I think people are insane. And we've talked a little bit about this in the past, but it's something. Somewhere along the line, people have become unhinged. And I don't understand it because to me, flying is a hassle. like getting the airline ticket, trying to make sure I have the best price, trying to figure out which airline to choose and which airport to fly out of, because none of them are like close to my house. So I'm going to do a little driving to get to the airport. So then I got to figure it out. Is somebody giving me a ride? Am I doing long-term parking? Like, what am I doing? One time, then you got to go through the TSA check. You're taking your shoes off. You're making sure you don't have any of the liquid. You're doing all the things. So you do all that, and then you get on a plane and act insane. I don't understand what's going on where these people are getting on planes and losing their ever loving minds, trying to open doors. And this woman, this is awful. From Philly to Chicago, on Southwest Air. So I know, again, you're like, Jen, you're kind of narrowing down the you're painting a very specific picture. Yes, I am. I'm painting a very specific picture. But this woman stripped down to we're all together, which in and of itself doesn't even seem like the craziest thing that's been happening on a plane lately. You know, people taking all their clothes off like, oh, okay, another nude day on Southwest. There we are. But then she emptied her bowels on her seat. Dude. I mean, a lot of us aren't even comfortable in public at all. Like, I don't mean in public. I mean, like, we'll wait till we get home to our own dome, you know, our own throne. We'll do that. But emptying your bowels on an airplane seat, I don't know. Then there was a delay because they had to take the plane out of service for a deep clean because, you know, of course they did. The lipstick was still on the window, but they got the doo-doo off the seat, allegedly. We'll see. You know what? You know what job I want? Ooh, I want the job where you can make wild claims that no one can prove and you still get paid for it. Like, that's the job I want. Like this Harvard scientist. Have you seen this? NASA's looking for life on Mars. Everybody's looking for life on Mars. There is a Harvard scientist. How much do you make to be a Harvard scientist? I don't know. It's out of my pay grade. He claims there was life on Mars, but it was destroyed in a nuclear war millions of years ago. What'd you do at work, honey, today? I released my theory that there was life on Mars millions of years ago and it was destroyed in nuclear war. Did you cash my check? Insane. Completely insane. I saw where food perfumes are all the rage in some parts of the country and in other countries as well. What are these? Tasty vanilla, tangy tangerine, strawberry, Sol de Janeiro's cherry and fig scents. I don't know. The mosquitoes already get me as it is. I don't want to smell like food. The mosquitoes are like, Jen, you already smell like food. Yeah, I know. If it buzzes, it's a female. She's not going to bite you. Saw the speculation over what's killing club culture, and I think there is truth to this. Now, some of us grew up. I met my husband at a club on my birthday. Yeah, and we've been married like 28 years now, so it does work. But there's not, my children are growing up, are adults like now. I have one that is over the drinking age. He doesn't go clubbing. There's no club anywhere around us, really. And even if there were, I don't think that's his scene. That's not what he does with his friends. That's not what they do. And that's bizarre to me because like from the time I could get into a dance club before the drinking clubs, I was there, not dancing well, but who cares? It didn't matter. And that's the thing. And that is the speculation that what has killed the club culture is cell phones because nobody wants to become a lame meme. And I get that because I absolutely would have been back in the day. I might be now. I don't care though. See, and that's the difference. But when you're 21, 22 years old, you do care. And I think maybe there's something to that. One last thing I wanted to talk about today because it's keeping me awake at night. In 1828, Noah Webster published the American Dictionary of the English Language. In 1828, how do you know all the words? Like, how many friends do you have to consult? It's not like he could Google. So how did he know that he knew all of the words? How did he make that dictionary? That's pretty bold and very confident to think you know all of the words. Anyway, we'll do this a few times a week. It's Lipp Service. I'm Jennifer Lipp. Very nice to meet you. Hope you subscribe. I'll see you soon.